Dbms tayo ngayon, Database Management 2, at ang topic po natin para sa finals ay stored procedures, functions, built-in functions, and user-defined functions. Didiscussion rin natin yung triggers, at yung last topic po ay ODBC, para sa communication of different databases, para sa transferring of files. So, dito muna tayo sa stored procedures. Ano po ang stored procedure? Stored procedure is a precompiled collection of SQL statements. In stored procedure, you can use if sentence, declared variables. Okay, ang part po ng stored procedures ay meron tayong procedure name. Yan po. Meron tayong input arguments. Kita nyo dyan sa format. Ito po yung procedure name, input arguments. Meron tayong local variables, declaration of local variables, internal. At narito po yung ating SQL codes. Ayan. So for example, we're going to create a stored procedure para sa student grade. So meron tayo dito declaration. Okay. So ito po yung ating format ng commands. And then may parameter na tayong pwede ilagay, pwede maglagay ng data type. And then, dito tayo nagde-declare ng SQL code. And then, paano po natin i-execute? We use the word execute. And then, kung ano po yung procedure name. Ayan po, procedure name. Okay, example sa next page. Okay. Sa next page po, ay meron tayong school and class na table. School and class na table. At kukunin po natin yung kanilang mga information sa loob, and then pagsasamahin natin. Okay? So meron na tayong inner join. Ayun, inner join. Okay? So pinagsama ho natin silang dalawa. So kumuha tayo ng mga information doon at minerge natin using inner join. So, yun po yung purpose ng procedure, no? So, we create the procedure, and then we declared some variable, and then ito na yung ating SQL commands. Okay? At ang ating output po, pag in-execute natin, ito. So, itong column na to galing sa school database dito. And then, ito naman po ay galing sa class database or class table. Okay. Next. We use the same tables in this example. Paano po maglagay ng or paano mag-display ng specific data gamit ang procedure. So, we have here the same school and class table. But iba na ho ng ating iba na ho yung ating pag-execute, no? Meron na ho tayong parameter na nilagay. Ito po. Okay, so kung gusto nating i-display ang specific data or specific group of data, dito ay in-execute natin at display lang natin yung school. The same ho dito, no? School din to. So ito lang yung nagdi-display. Yung kanina kasi ay mix sila, no? Wala tayong ni-specify na na school. Ayan, mix yung kanina example, no? Okay, so pwede tayong mag-execute using or displaying a specific information. Next po natin ay no count on, no count off. So pwede natin i-toggle, no? On and off ang no count command. In advanced stored procedures, script performance is very important using set no count on, set no count. Ano po ang gamit ng no count? On and off. Okay. Set no count stops the message that shows the count the number of rows affected by a transaction, SQL statement, or stored procedure from being returned as part of the result set. So kapag naka-off po si no count, hindi niya i-display kung ilang rows ang i-delete or ang i-insert. Kapag naka-on mo, yan, i-display niya yung number of rows na i-delete at i-insert. Okay, next, we have ito po yung sample. Okay. Saan natin ilalagay yung set no count on. Ayan, dito. Set and set no count off. Next, we have the functions. Ano po ang functions? With SQL and SQL Server, you can use lots of built-in functions or you may create your own functions. Okay. Dito muna tayo sa built-in functions, yung mga nasa loob na ng SQL. So, meron tayong different type. Meron tayong aggregate functions. Ano pang laman ng aggregate functions? We have average, standard deviation, count, max, minimum, sum. Ito lang po yung most commonly used, pero marami pang aggregate function na pwede natin gamitin sa loob ng SQL. We have also the scalar functions. Ginagamit naman sa mga pag-specify ng certain scale or range. For example, itong upper, lower, okay? Yung length, ika-count niya yung length ng text, round, i-round yung numbers, then mag-get date, kukunin niya yung specific date. No? We have also a function called string functions. Okay? So, paano natin ma-manipulate ang strings? We can use the string function. Ito ang example ng mga string function. We have car index, replace, substring, length, reverse, left, right, lower, upper, left trim, right trim. Okay? Ito ang ginagamit sa pag-manipulate ng mga text. And now we have the date and time functions. So lahat ng function na ito ginagamit sa pag-manipulate naman ng date at saka time. Mathematics naman sa pag-compute. We have count, minimum, max, cosine, sine, tangent. Gano'n na tayong square root. Yan. Standard deviation ulit, mean, average. Okay? Yan ang ginagamit natin for mathematics and statistics functions. Ito po yung example ng average. Paggamit ng average at paggamit ng count. So, select count, select average. We also have the group by statement. Kung sinabing group by, we can display a group of information using the group by statements. Okay, we can use the built-in function max. Okay, built-in function max, the maximum. Okay. So, yung pinakamataas na value ng area code ang di-display niya. And we can use the group by statement with the having clause. Having clause was added to SQL. The having clause was added to SQL because the where keyword could not be used with aggregate functions. Hindi pwede gamitan ng where. Okay. So, ang gagamitin natin is having clause. Ito po yung ating format. At ito po yung ating sample na output. Yan, ito. Using the average function naman, built-in function. Next, we have the user-defined functions. User-defined functions. In SQL, we may also create our own functions. Pwede tayong gumawa ng sarili nating function. Okay. Only functions can return a value. Ito po yung difference ng function, against, or versus procedure. Okay. So, only functions can return a value. Stored procedures can use return keyword but without any value being passed. Functions could be used in select statements provided they don't do any data manipulation and also should not have any out or in-out parameters. Functions may return a value but for stored procedures is not compulsory. A function can have only one in parameters while stored procedures may have out or in-out parameters. A function is a subprogram written to perform certain computations can return a single value. A stored procedure is a subprogram written to perform a set of actions and can return multiple values using the out parameter or return no value at all. Okay? So, ang function walang out parameter. Okay? Pero nag-return siya ng single value. A stored procedure can return multiple values. Okay? User-defined function in SQL declared using the create function statement. Okay? So, paano tayo mag-create ng user-defined functions? By using the create command. Next, we have the triggers. Trigger, database trigger. The database trigger is a code that is automatically executed. Okay, ito na tayo. In response to certain events in a particular table in a database. Okay, anong part niya? We have the trigger name, okay, the specific table which trigger shall work on, and we will specify the operations wherein the trigger shall act on and the local variables declaration, and also the SQL code dito sa lower part. Okay. So, ano ating format? We have the create trigger, trigger name, yan. Then, table name, no? For insert, update, delete. And then, we use the code, the SQL code on the lower part. Okay. So, kapag may nag-insert, may nag-delete, okay, yun ay considered as a trigger event. No? Yun yung event na magti-trigger dun sa isa-set natin na SQL command dito sa baba. Okay? So, ito yung trigger. Pag may nag-insert, pag may update, pag may delete, anong gagawin niya? Depende kung ilalagay natin dito na SQL command. Okay? So, yun ang use ng trigger. So, deleted table, meron tayo kasing mga table, no? Meron tayong inserted and deleted. Kapag nag-insert ka, the inside triggers, we can use two special tables, the deleted table and the inserted tables. Okay? So, kapag nagkaroon ng insert event, lahat ng inserted rows ay sinesave niya sa inserted table. Lahat ng na-delete na rows, ilalagay niya sa deleted rows table. Okay? Next, we have the ODBC. Anong ODBC? Okay. ODBC is an open database connectivity. It is a standard interface or API for accessing the database from a client. So ito lang yung feature ng SQL na nagbibigay ng option, no? Para makakonect siya sa ibang database. For example, sa Microsoft Access o kaya sa Microsoft Excel. So, nagpapalitan sila ng data. Ang tawag doon is Open Database Connectivity. So, si Excel, pwede mo ikabit sa SQL at si Access, pwede mo ikabit sa SQL. Okay? At yan ang last topic ng ating final sa database management 2.